Alright, so when you're hiking in this thing a little bit earlier in the year, you have this going on right over here, this little road closed. So you have to walk a little bit extra, which is this trail right over here. We're going to go ahead and walk that. Later on in the year, you can actually drive all the way up to the trailhead and park in the parking lot. Yeah, it kind of just changes up. So see you probably at the trailhead, unless we see an interesting animal or something. So you got a little black bear hanging out at the edge of this clearing here as we're starting out. So here we have the old, the man who's about ready to go ahead and propose. And, oh, looks like we have a little bear kind of just hanging out in the background.
That looks like an East Tennessee
He's sniffing.
Bear. Wafting, he smells us in.
So early season conditions, we've got, you know, a little bit of a potential crossing. We might have to walk way over there because the McDonald Creek, as it comes into the Middle Fork, that's what this bridge is right in front of us. So if you're walking over here early season, either prepared to walk across the water or really get adventurous in the woods. So here's McDonald Creek as it comes out of Lake McDonald, which is pretty sweet, this cool bridge. And you really can't see very well. Might get a shot here a little bit later, but this water is blue and then it turns brown as it meets the Middle Fork, which is pretty sweet. So the good news is that we're seeing a lot of animals. We've already seen a black bear. We saw 3 elk jump across the road. And I got my camera out and I was like, dang it, I missed them. And then all of a sudden we heard a little something to the right. We saw 2 more, and so as I'm talking, I'll be rolling the footage of that, so that was pretty sweet. The bad side of that is Romeo over here needs to propose at the top, not on the trail, so we're gonna try and book it, but keep our eyes peeled. She's sniffing. So here we are, right at the old trailhead, 1.9 miles later. That's right where we'll be heading, up there to the left. Wet, lots of animals, very awesome. So we just started walking up the trail. It's really cool. Down here low, we got some good, you know, just some good forest going on. Lots of water right now, early season. The trail's pretty wide, which is good for conversations and all that kind of stuff. And we'll eventually make it out into the 2003 Roberts Fire. The 2003 Roberts Fire burned up a ton around here, and so it's really cool to see about 8 years later how stuff's been growing back. So we'll go ahead and take a little peek at that. Broke out into the open fire area, so you can see the ponderosas here need the fire because the fire comes and it burns the cones, melts the sap around the seed, and they start growing. So all these sticks laying down are adult lodge poles, and then there's a bunch of new ones. So that's kind of a cool way how the cycle works. So about 8 years ago, this whole place burned, and so it's starting to come back, and so it's really pretty. I actually hiked here when it was a corridor of trees, so it's really fun to come back and see a completely different place. And so hopefully opens it up and maybe we'll get to see a little bit more wildlife. So Chris and I are just hanging out here on the trail. We can go ahead and see them walking, little tiny kiddos. Look at that. There we go. Mary Beth, unbeknownst to her, she's got a ring waiting for her up here. So here we are walking through a few inches of snow down here. And fell just the other day. Getting close to the top. Still a little bit of winter holding on, but that's what makes it a little bit of a fun time here. So we're at the very last approach to Apgar Lookout. It's just right over there, and pretty amazing views. So we're on this pretty sweet little snow field here.
Wear jeans.
So we're having to step through this stuff. It's pretty deep down here. We're going across this little snow field. And I'm trying not to die. So yeah, pretty fun. Definitely an adventure, you know, if you like that sort of thing.
So this experience of Mary Beth and I getting engaged this way is extremely representative of every aspect of our relationship. When you have a 9-hour relationship, nothing comes easy. It's hard, and it takes effort and work, and it takes deliberate intent to decide that this is what I'm going to do, is love this person unconditionally. Just like walking up this trail in the snow was a deliberate decision. We're walking through this, and it got hard and cold, but just like anything else, especially with our relationship, it's worth it, and it's extremely beautiful.
Hanging out here on the deck of Apgar Lookout. It's still a little bit wintry up here. It's been a lot of fun. We hiked up to the top, saw some animals, and I'm gonna get some pictures of Lake McDonald, because it's kind of clearing up every once in a while. It's kind of in and out. So really epic views. Definitely a little bit strenuous going up for just a little tiny bit, but overall it's a really fun hike with great views up here. We're gonna cross over this creek. If you can hear me over the rushing water, it looks like this. And that's the trail. And since I'm gonna get my feet wet, we're just gonna rock it.
You want me to show you how to do it?
Yeah.
Let's see this. Let's see this. Fearless right there. Oh, 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 oh.
Don't care, they have poles.
That one's a little shaky.
All right, let's see this. All right, here's how you do it right here. Oh, hey-oh, oh, hey-oh. Ginger.
I did that to Josh when I was running. He was trying to go around a puddle, and I just stomped right through it.
Look at that. It's like Carrie Strug right there. Well, I'm not going to wait till I get back to the car to talk about the trail. I really like Apgar. I've done it a few times. In the summer, because it's south facing and there's not a lot of coverage, it does get a little warm, so I'd recommend more of a morning walk. And yeah, lots of uphill once you start heading uphill. And if you have to walk the extra 1.9 miles because it's early season, keep that in mind. Other than that, pretty awesome. Really fun views. You get to look at the middle fork and whatnot. So yeah, overall, I like it. So everyone's trying their hand at doing this thing the right way. We got Josh here going like this.
We've got our method here.
We got their method right over here.
It
looks funny with all those packs.
It does look funny with all those packs. Look at that.
Look at that.
Like pros. Oh man, what is love? Josh doing this thing. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go barefoot, I think.
Barefoot again?
Yeah.
Well, see, I have a problem. I stepped in a bunch of crud over here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna rock my traditional, you know, doing that kind of thing, because at this point my feet have been so wet this entire trip I don't even care. There it is.
Ah! Toe cramp! Toe cramp!
He's like, what, you guys? What?